The 8400 buffer is a complete design from the ground up. We have looked at new technology and at how do we get to those customer needs.
The 8400, much faster than the 8200, and then it's more accurate and it does more for us than what the operator has to do after the cycle is over. It's already exceeded our needs in the few short weeks that we've had it already.
Hi, I'm Becky Allgood, reporting to you from the exhibit hall here at the 2003 Bandag Alliance Business Conference. What is the process and who are the folks that make this piece of equipment become the latest solution in strengthening our dealers' capabilities?
The whole organization is involved in the process. From the start, it's probably heavily our department that's involved with actually producing the design and figuring out what we want to do. But to get the machine out in the field, it takes basically the whole organization, from marketing, sales type people to actually sell the machine and get the word out, to add goods, making brochures to explain what the equipment can do. The design process, in its probably most simplest form, is a 6-step process. And the first step in that process is recognizing that there's a need.
From the beginning to the end, what we do is obviously to find out what's needed to build a new project. We have to come back and find out what the dealers need, or problems we have, the machines we have now, or things that are obsolete.
We know through our own research efforts, our own efforts, we want to always reduce the cost of the products that we offer to the dealer. By reducing the cost of our manufacturing, hopefully we can reduce their cost to purchase those products. We also want to look at ways that we can reduce their cost in processing by reducing either material content or reducing the labor content. So those are some of the big things that we look at when we're trying to meet the customer needs.
And then the second step is actually defining the problem, defining what we want to correct, what we want to improve, those kind of things.
The challenge first was that we wanted to build a machine that is easier to build and less costly to manufacture through Plant 4. Also, we wanted to develop new concepts that hadn't been used before on the machine, and to get those to work.
Probably one of the biggest challenges on the machine has been working on incorporating the wire brush for shoulder texturizing. Before, in the older buffers, we have what they call a swing arm buffer, and the operator would have to manually move that over to texturize the shoulder on the tire, where now we've had the brush actually part of the RAS pedestal stand so that it will texturize the shoulder during the automation sequence of the machine.
The largest things that we're really offering with the 8400 versus what we offered with the 8200 is speed of the machine and connectivity to roadwear, as well as at a cheaper price to the dealer.
The third step in the process is to gather information. What technology is available that could help us meet those needs or correct the problem or add features. So a lot of it's gathering information about technology, about components.
In the past, our 8200 buffer, which was our current automatic buffer, didn't have the computer interface that would be required probably to do this interaction with roadwear.
Technology plays about the biggest part in the 8400 and the new technology that's been put into it. Technology turnover has been great in the past. The curve is hard to keep up with a lot of times in the field of building equipment. It's not only a faster, more precision machine, but it will be easier to service because of the new technologies that are in it.
And then after that point, we conceptualize a solution, and that would be make a prototype or make sub-assemblies for prototype to test them and verify that they would work.
Once we have the specs figured out what the machine actually is going to do and what we need to do, we'll sit down and start brainstorming as a task team in engineering to develop ideas, and from there we start working on layouts, and we'll generate layouts of the machine, and based on that eventually leads into the final machine itself.
At Plant 4, I am part of the group that receives prints and documentation from the research and development group. We take those prints, we make parts, put parts together, and end up with a piece of finished equipment.
And then after we have a solution, we'll evaluate that as a team. We might send it out to the field, as we will with the 8400, to do field testing and just confirm that it works.
90% of our work in the TSG with the 8400 is in the later developmental stages, the installation stages of the machine into a dealer's shop. We'll ensure that it's working properly. We'll help the dealer train for it, try to solve any problems that might crop up with it.
Palm Steyr is 56 stores strong with 12 retread locations, and we range in size from 44 tires a day to about 242 tires a day. The 8400 looks like a perfect mix for practically all of our shops between affordability and the speed in which it will be able to handle the large shops also. Compared to the 8120, it's probably just as fast, however it's more accurate. There's no employee fatigue. We know when he's going to get one on and when he's going to get one back off again. The 8400, much faster than the 8200, and then it's more accurate and it does more for us than what the operator has to do after the cycle is over. It's already exceeded our needs in the few short weeks that we've had it already. It's faster than we thought it was going to be. There's less breakdowns, or I should say there's no breakdowns, with which I expected some of them, with any piece of new equipment, and it just hasn't happened. The end product, consistency, cosmetically it looks good. I guess we're very happy with it so far.
And then finally, the last step would be communicating the design.
We'll also take back information about the new buffer, the 8400 buffer, to evaluate it to see if we need it.
The equipment is still great. We've ordered a new buffer, and you know, the Bandag's doing a great job of keeping us competitive as far as the efficiencies in the plant.
Since I talked to you last, we're looking at another buffer. We're that impressed with that piece of equipment now. Unless you're our competition, I don't know if you want it or not, and I told a few dealers that this morning, but everything looks real good.
What about that 8400 buffer?
We want one.
You want one?
Yeah, we want one.
I define success in a product that we deliver is when we meet the customer needs and we help them improve their capability to meet the fleet customer needs, and we continue to promote Bandag's technology leadership position within the industry.
Success for me is really going across the street when we're building a piece of equipment and seeing it come together, and then ultimately is seeing it in the dealer's shop and actually watching our dealers utilize our equipment to do the Bandag process.
Definition of success in my work is when the customer is delighted by the product that we give him, that the product performs to what his expectations are and what our expectations are.
For me, success is when we see something work the way we want it to. You know, in equipment world, you know, we'd hope everybody would like the equipment and buy one. And so when our equipment sells well, that's a good definition of success.